God, I love this bike. Worth it riding even when it says 41 degrees. It's a little bit chilly out here, but I think I'll manage. Traffic coming out of here though. Fogging up my face mask. That's alright. My mirror last time I was putting this away. That right is since I'm about to be going on the interstate. There we go. Oh, it's still a beautiful day. Anytime it's sunny out, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, this the Rebel 1100T. I added the extra tall windshield here. Got the comfort seat. I've actually ridden for a few hours at a time and been totally fine with it. I think a lot of the complaints that came about the Rebel were really related to the original seat that they were putting on them, but I upgraded when I ordered it. Or when I picked it up, I had them add the optional upgraded comfort seat for me, for myself and my passenger, as well as this little additional light on the windshield. Heated grips, very, very important. Those heated grips. Wow, in 41 degree weather, and I've ridden even less than that. I think I've gotten down to under 30 before, and that gets really cold. But get some good gloves. Actually, I'm using non-riding gloves right now, but because it's so cold, I just bring these along in case. My intention is to get some better gloves. As of right now, this is what I got. So, I'd rather be cold, I'd rather be a little less safe on the hands. They're still a good goat skin leather. So, take good care there to at least have a good leather. But it's very cold out. Can't just be wearing the lightweight gloves that I have for a motorcycle. Gotta keep something warmer. Now this ride is only about 20 minutes or so. It's about 20 minutes in a car. I get about the same when I'm riding the bike, depending upon which route I take. I tend to take a little bit longer of a ride on the bike, and I'm a little more careful on the bike. Like right now I'm doing 5 under. These cars are kind of in my way. No big deal there. But one thing I want to mention about this 2025 model, this display. Look, I've got right there my fuel mileage. That's instantaneous, but I can shift and show my average for the tank so far, and I'm, a little under halfway through at 75 miles. I've seen the range go up to 180 or so when I fill up completely. So, 75 miles, about halfway through the tank. These 781 miles you see there, that's total on the bike right now. Still a little behind on getting that first service done. I'm actually bringing it tomorrow to get that done. That's why even today in 40 degree weather, I'm still riding. I'm going to miss it, even though it's going to be gone for maybe a day or two. It's supposed to warm up on Friday. Today is a Tuesday. I'll take it in Wednesday. Hopefully I get it back Friday, but I've got a feeling it's going to be Saturday. Saturday is supposed to be rain. I've been picked up the bike at the end of January. Right now it is, March 12th, I want to say. Maybe 11th, I don't know. I don't remember. Got out of work and it totally stopped caring about what day it is. But having a bike will do that to you. So, about to hop on the interstate here. Nice easy entrance, nice easy on-ramp. As long as there's no one in my way, we'll give it a little bit of acceleration. You'll notice here, I'm just in standard mode, not sport mode. I always like to be a little more careful, but, let's see what you can do. Second gear. Oh, that's powerful. Third gear. That's what I screamed at. Lots of wind noise, but I blame my helmet. This windshield. I like watching the window out there. This guy go ahead of me. I don't like racing out in front of people. And I never know when people are actually paying attention. So now that I am out of his way, though, now I can go around. Stand in, the fireman will say. Signal, go. Always in that order, for the most part. Check my mirror first, then signal. But, that's neither here nor there. The bike has been great though, 780 miles on it since I bought it. Even in 6th gear, going from here to about 80 is no problem. Just like this. And just there, it's sitting out there. I'll get around. I'm just gonna get on real quick. I don't feel any lack of power. Every gear is just solid all the way through. I know there is a tune available for this now. The top end limit. But I don't know if I want to do over 100 on this. I'm sure I would do it just to do it. But do I need it? No. Not really. So I like to ride normally with another person or a couple people. In doing so, they're not wanting to go over 100. We're not racing anywhere. This is a cruiser. It's not made to be, running all crazy style at 150 miles an hour or anything. But good handlebar position, good foot position, at least for me. I'm 5'9", so, this works out pretty well for me. I've got a 29-inch inseam. So most of these pants here, 29 inches. I've got to work on getting some boots though, because these laces do make me nervous. One thing that was said to me was, what if you pull up to a stop and your lace is stuck, and then you try to put your foot down, and your foot doesn't move? That's a serious problem, I don't want to have that. So I'm, keeping an eye open for a good deal. But nothing has piqued my interest just yet. These boots do go up over my ankle, so no big deal there. As you can see here, USB port with the 2025 model has moved to the handlebars instead of under the seat. So actually I'm charging this GoPro while I'm riding. It's not even charging really, it's just running on the external power source that we have there. So that's nice. Really nice tab. Sound though, I've heard a lot of people don't like the sound. I don't really, it doesn't bother me, except when I'm riding with someone who has some good pipes and a V-twin on their bike, then it's like, all right, the parallel twin with the stock pipe sounds a little bit like a sewing machine next to it. I get it. But when I'm riding alone, the sound is not bad. And on top of that, I've heard other places too that the sound or having a louder pipe does nothing for you. You ever see these guys on some of the videos? They're honking their horn, nobody's paying attention. So you got to be the one as the rider to make that decision, to make that change. If you're in an unsafe position, get yourself to safety. Don't try to get someone's attention by rev bombing or by honking your horn. Honking the horn helps sometimes just to give the guy a heads up, like, hey, you're kind of an idiot there. So the pipe, I might switch it up. I've been looking at them. Kaufman's Thunder is the one that I've been eyeballing, but I haven't done anything that I haven't gotten from the Honda factory to this yet. So, one other feature that's great on this bike, cruise control. Oh my God, you think it's not really that big of a deal, and you can get the throttle locks and things like that. But having real cruise control on a bike is very, very nice. I mean, I use it in the car every time I drive anywhere, and probably about 75% of the time I'm on the bike, I use the cruise control that I have here. It operates just like a regular car's cruise control. I can give it a little more with this button here on my left thumb, just to increase the speed if I want, or decrease back down to 65. Works great. I'm also a big fan of everything else on this TFT screen. I actually wish there was a little bit more information displayed. The ambient temperature is nice, 45 degrees now, but I would like to see just on the dash even, coolant temperature, water temperature would be great. That guy worried me. He's going to pull into the middle. I don't want to be in a position of hazard. Let's get out of the way. But that and the GPS or the navigation on the road thing, that's new to the 2025. It's a really nice feature. It could be better. It shows when it's on, and you can see in my other videos that when it's on, you just see the next turn here, and a left or a right, and how far it is away down here. It names the street or so, but it's not really all that helpful if you're, in the city or something. I can see how it would be helpful if you're touring, which this model is the touring model, but I find it just minimally helpful. It gives me just enough to where I don't want to mount my phone. Here I have a GoPro mount that sometimes I use to point at myself or to point forward in the road. But having that little bit of navigation keeps me from wanting to add a phone mount and have my phone mounted here with the full functionality. I don't need all that, I'm riding. If you call me, I've got my Cardo unit, I can answer. I don't need to see my text messages come through as they come through, which, being a guy that has his phone kind of mounted in his car, even though they don't display because I'm driving, as soon as I look at my phone unlocks. And then I see it, and then I read it, whether I want it to or not. Another cool thing or tip about the cruise control, when it's in cruise, you can hit the clutch or brake to slow it down, but I actually give it a little gas, and then just tap the clutch and let it release that way. I don't like hitting the clutch and watching the whole thing just suddenly shift. I want to be able to control that a little more. So I do. I give it throttle first. See, I'll show you that again. So, say, let's get into a regular gear here. Fifth gear, set the cruise control at 45, and then to get it out, sure, I could tap my brakes and it goes out, and then I can set it again. Just by tapping up, it resumes real easy back into the speed. Same thing with the clutch, it'll do that, it'll kill it. Then I'm just in gear, slowing down. So what I like to do is I actually roll on the throttle a little bit, and then I just tap the clutch. You know, I don't even have to engage the friction zone. I just tap it, and it kills the cruise control. You can see that's no longer green here. So when I get up to speed again, and I set it, it turns green when it's set. And then as I approach the stop sign right here, I'll say, okay, I want it to get out of cruise control. Just go ahead and give it a little extra throttle, get that cruise control off, and then slowly roll off the throttle. So I'm not just immediately in whatever gear I'm in, just complete engine braking. I don't want to be doing that. Yeah, so that is my Rebel 1100. I absolutely love it. I bought it at the end of January. I've been riding it as often as I can. Cold weather, warm weather, I don't care. It's just so great. It's a great bike. This hill is one of my favorite hills, but there's a guy in front of me. But you can really feel that acceleration when you get on it, you know? Even in the standard mode that I'm in now. Sport mode, I play around with it. I turn it on here and there. If I'm riding with a buddy who's a little bit overexcited, you know, I gotta put him back in his place sometimes, you know? So, alright, you wanna play? I'll be in 6th gear. You know, say 6th gear, let's show it. Here's 6th gear. That's, sure, whatever this is at, 58 now. You have to release the throttle to get into to actually change the modes, otherwise it'll just stay. You have to put it back to 0 throttle position. So 6th gear at 60 at 3,500 RPM or so. And you know, I just, okay, you want to play around, we'll play around. Then I hit it, and she pulls, and it feels like almost endless torque. Because that torque curve goes all the way up to the 7,000 RPM mark, I've got a lot more to play with than my buddies with their air-cooled V-twins. You know, I haven't really ridden too much with Harley riders, so you know, I can't speak to the 114, the 107, or any of the newer Sportster models with their liquid cooling. But I feel like the power I've got here is more than enough to keep up and play around with the guys that want to be a little bit funny. That really does the job for me. Makes me happy so far. I guess if I could do it again, would I buy the Honda Rebel? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's such a good bike. I love everything about it. Obviously, I optioned it a little bit. Heated grips, comfort seats. I even got the little backrest on the back. The fairing in the front is unbelievable. You know, it's not a lot. It doesn't make the bike look awkward, but it blocks my chest. I have no wind in the chest, absolutely none. Just a dead zone, and the wind comes right up, right about here. You can see my hand kind of fluttering a little bit right where the camera is. Right about there, that's where the wind is. So it hits me right in the windshield, or in the visor, which, no, it's not ideal, but it's not in the chin, and it keeps me from feeling like I'm getting blown off the bike because it moves up over my head instead of going straight into my body, making my body push all that wind out of the way. This fairing does a great job. My hands are covered, my neck and body are covered. You know, it's a great idea from Honda to make this T model. The storage on it also just enough for me to carry some essentials. I carry an extra pair of gloves in there, like these ones. I wore my riding gloves in this morning, but knowing that it was a little bit cold this morning and I knew it was just about as cold this afternoon, I went ahead and put on my more winter gloves. Carry those. I carry a high-vis vest just in case. And another thing that I really like about this Honda, underneath the seat, there's storage. And that storage underneath the seat is just enough for me to carry some very specific things. I have in there a screwdriver kit, a tire inflator, some tire plugs, pressure gauge, and a jump starter even. So I had to use my jump starter the other day, and it worked great. Because I was riding my bike, I had it with me. So it was a win for me. Alright, there's my ride home, everyone. Thanks for watching.